My name is Emily Cohen, and this is Ultimate 101, and in today's tutorial we'll be going over the H-stack offense. In Ultimate Frisbee, there are many different types of offenses you can use. Some are very structured, and some are very loose and flexible. The H-stack is a very structured offense, and is built around trying to maximize offensive efficiency. Every player has a specific job on the field, and it takes everyone working together to make it successful. Whereas something like this, there is no structure, and everyone is free to do whatever they want. This offense isn't necessarily bad, but in general, structured offenses tend to do better because they give a more consistent experience, and players are able to focus on their strengths. A big problem with non-structured offenses is that no one knows where you are running, so it's easy to create picks and get in the way of potential open throws. Whereas in an H-stack, you have a very specific way of running, so everyone knows where you are going to be. In an H-stack, there are 4 imaginary lanes: Lane 1, Lane 2, Lane 3, Lane 4. It is your job to try to get open within your lane. Different teams will be more or less flexible with this, but in general, if you don't stay in your lane, you will end up blocking off your teammates and stall the offense. So the H-stack has 2 main positions, called handlers and cutters. A standard H-stack plays with 3 handlers and 4 cutters. So these are your handlers right here. They play behind the cutters, and their job is to maintain possession and complete passes. They are also responsible for retrieving the disc from cutters. A handler is a primary throwing position. Now these are your cutters. A cutter's job is to get yards, score goals, and to give the disc back to a handler so that they are able to go upfield again. In an H-stack, cutting lanes 2 and 4 work together. You go up and down the field, going in the same direction. And lanes 1 and 3 work together, going up and back, staying in the same direction. So altogether, it looks like this. By being opposite of the lane next to you, the thrower will always have an in and out cut to target for every throw. This is important because this means that the thrower will always have someone to target on the force side at all times. Whereas if you did something like this, the thrower potentially could have no one to target. So one of the biggest foundations of the H-stack is being able to get the disc back to a handler. This is called a dump. The handler throws to a cutter, the handler comes up to retrieve it, then the cutter dumps it back. The cutter then goes back up the field to try to get yards again. The entire offense is based around this concept. If a cutter throws the disc, they only have 3 people to target. If they dump it back to a handler, the handler now has 4 people to target, and it's in the hands of a consistent thrower on your team. If cutters are throwing up the field all the time, you aren't getting the most out of this offense. So this is how an H-stack looks all the way up the field. Handlers make their throws, cutters dump it back, you just keep on doing this all the way up the field until you are able to score. If you can center the disc to the middle of the field, it is generally a good idea. The middle of the field is a very powerful throwing position. It allows you to target everyone on the field, whereas on the sideline, you are limited to where you can throw. You just keep on doing this all the way up the field until you are able to score. A big thing as a handler is you don't want to force it into coverage. You want to use your other handlers to maintain possession. This is called a swing. Then once you swing it, then that handler is able to get yards up the field, or they swing it right back to you if no one is open. And that's the foundation of H-stack. A big thanks to A Glimmering Wreck for being a sponsor of this channel. They make team uniforms. I've been really happy with them. If you need jerseys for your team, you should definitely check them out. If you still have questions or if this video helped you learn H-stack for the first time, definitely let me know in the comment section below. If you're really struggling, check out my practice support feature on my website. Let us know if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to share this with anyone you think could benefit from it. This is Ultimate 101, and I'll see you next time.